It's good to see you ready to travel the universe. All of these worlds, made by others just like you. So much to explore. So much to create. The universe is waiting for you to bring it to life. The stories yet to be told, the games to be made, civilizations and societies to be formed. So, what kind of spark are you? Player, creator, or both? But whatever you choose, there's a universe of possibilities. Now, how do we begin?
We should be getting started here shortly. Well, hello everyone. My name is Rafael de Verona from themouse.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at Project Spark on the Xbox One. Now, you might be thinking, what does this have to do with Disney? Well, the great thing about Project Spark is that it allows you to create almost anything that your imagination can create, much like Disney Infinity. And over the weekend, I was listening to a podcast by Xbox Live's Major Nelson, otherwise known as Larry Herb in real life, and he was talking about how someone in the community had created, using the Project Spark beta, a representation of the World Showcase using Project Spark. And when I heard that, well, I had to fire up the console that second and go play it, and it's pretty cool. And I think they did great work, and I wanted to show it off. And I wanted you guys to experience it and then see how you could play it for yourself if you are lucky enough to have an Xbox One. If not, then definitely you can enjoy it right alongside us here today. So you would go and log into the beta. You would have to obviously download the beta for Project Spark, which is available on Xbox One. And you would go here to Community. You would click. In your case, you would come up here and you would go to begin search, and you would type Epcot, and the different worlds that he's created would pop up. But since I've already followed him, we'll just go ahead and skip through here. And so you'll see there's Epcot Norway and Epcot Mexico, and what's happening is that he's created various versions already of the World Showcase platform that he's created. And one of the things about Project Spark is that you can, like, for example, I can take his level and I can add to it. So we're gonna go ahead right now and just play through it. So we're gonna click right here. I've caught Norway and Mexico. As you can see, this was created by Tho Master Chief. He's the creator of this world, and all the props to him. Hopefully I've messaged him. I try to reach out to him. Hopefully I can interview him here live on Twitch and see where he's going to progress, because he may be building all of the World Showcase. Who knows? But so far he's built Mexico and Norway, which is pretty cool. And so without further ado, let's jump in. Sorry for that noise. If you guys could tell me if you're hearing me okay on the mic, this is the first time I use the Xbox One stereo headset, and I don't know exactly how it's coming through. So if you can chat, let me know. It'd be greatly appreciated. One thing I've noticed about the Project Spark beta is that there's a little bit of lag when it comes to getting things started, but it's a beta. It's kind of things that you would expect. So right off the bat, as a Disney fan, how can you not notice there's a gold Mickey coin to be collected? And so we're going to go ahead and do that. So as you can see, you have this character, which is probably a generic. I haven't really played that much of Project Spark yet. But you have a create a world game, so you basically can create what you see in front of you and add physics and stuff to the games and whatnot. I kind of already ran through, so if you see me going for coins, it's because I kind of already know where some of them are. As you can see, he's named in Mexico, and if you notice, it looks you know, somewhat like the actual attraction itself. As obviously the famous steps. You know, me being the Disney freak that I am, I was looking to see if he had made the wheelchair path on the side, but of course there are limitations to what you can do, and I'm sure he would laugh if he heard me say that. But he did create a lot of the entryways that you have when you come up here. So if you notice, you have that entrance, the two side entrances next to the mural, the Aztec mural, and then so you walk inside and you have this big space just like in the Rio attraction. And sorry if I'm getting you guys dizzy, but so one of my favorite things of the Epcot pavilion is actually walking up right here to this view. And if you've noticed, he's done a pretty great job of recreating that view, considering that this is a game where you get to create a world using specific things, but he's been able to adapt them to look like Mexico. Obviously, if I was to nitpick, there's a lot of little things, but that this is not for nitpicking. This is just awesome. And like, if you saw the smile on my face, you would know how much I think this is awesome. So of course, the famous water fountain that's there. I was looking for La Cava de Tequila. Sadly, that's not here. But as you can see, he's recreated the shops. And of course, El Rio del Tiempo, which no longer exists in that format. It's now been replaced by my good old pal Donald. But we'll go to that later. The most expensive and overrated restaurant in all of Walt Disney World, but maybe that's a lower generalization. But nonetheless, you can see he's created the tables and everything, and they're tightly grouped together just like in the Rio restaurant. Here's a good view again of the volcano and the temple, and we'll be going on that shortly. But first, being the Disney nerd that I am, I gotta show you everything else. So he's even recreated the bathrooms. So as anybody that's been to the bathrooms knows, the men's bathroom is very small. I've never been inside the women's bathroom, but now with the power of Xbox One, you can visit. And if you notice, he even put the stalls. So he's definitely taking care of making everything as realistic as he could. But the best thing is we get to go on a classic attraction. So you can see he made the queue. And now we're time to board our boat. And just like that, we are riding one of the most classic Disney attractions for every Disney fan out there. And since there's a little bit of a lack of audio, I guess I'll provide it. as you can see, he's got the fireworks going, a lot of the classic details that you would have seen in this classic attraction. And we're back to the entryway. So of course it's an abridged version of the attraction, but considering that this is something that he's done in his spare time and using a created world in a game, that is pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. So that was our quick tour of Mexico, and now we're gonna go to Norway. I would love to know how many coins he's placed. I'm sure there's some harder to reach coins that he's probably snuck in around here somewhere that I haven't found, but oh well. I'll leave that for another day. I do not know if that's supposed to be a fireworks barge or if it's just something that's just generally there. This is the first time I noticed that. I may have to try to see if I can swim over there, but I don't want to. I'll leave that for the end. So here we're at in Norway, and as you can see, he's got all of the classic Norway pavilion buildings, including Asker House Restaurant. You may recognize the Viking. You could even enter inside. He's put 3 doors, which is the only weird thing in this design, but nonetheless. So here's the restaurant, which you can tell this is a work in progress. Like, this is the one of the signs that doesn't have anything, but even still, I mean, he's been doing it by versions, and I think this is version 8.45 or something to that effect, and you can see it's pretty impressive already. Here's a recreation of the restaurant, including the flags that hang from above. So really just a lot of different elements that you are used to when you've visited the pavilion. So one of the classic things about the Norway Pavilion is the waterfall with the attraction. And the ship just... Okay, so swimming is definitely an ability. It's the first time I've ever done this in the game. And so now we're gonna go ride Maelstrom. The Maelstrom queue has been shortened, which is probably the best feature. And it's incredible how real to this ride this actually becomes. Oh, we're having a bit of a glitch. Well, that's not good. I don't even know how I'm gonna get this to work. Okay, well, the first time I tried it, it worked perfectly. And I'm sure it's just one of the beta issues, not so much the world we created. Sadly, I don't know how I'm going to get that to reset without backing out, which I may have to do. Looks like I'm going to have to. But I really don't. Maybe if I punch it enough, it'll reset. And yes, if I'm getting carried away with punching, it's because it's pretty cool. Well, that sucks. I'm gonna see if I reset this level, so see if I can, oh, here's restart, maybe that'll... What is this thing? I've never seen this. What is this? Alright. So I had to restart the level, see if it will work now. Here's the boat. And
you are not the first to pass this way, nor will you be the last. Those who seek the spirit of Norway face peril and adventure, will often find beauty and calm.
so if you're a Disney fan, there's nothing that describes how awesome that is. I can't even describe how awesome that is. I'm not sure if that was his voice that he added on. We're getting a glitch here again. Again, this is probably more due to the beta than it is to not his design. Cause the first time I did this, it worked perfectly fine. Cannot believe it's not doing it now. And I'm gonna have to restart again. So the first time I played it, everything worked perfectly fine the first go around. I don't know if it's that I'm playing maybe an earlier version of his creation, but I really doubt it. I think I did download the same one. So I just think it's maybe a little bit glitchier than normal.
You are not the first to pass this way, nor will you be the last. Those who seek the spirit of Norway face peril, adventure, will often find beauty and calm.
Hopefully I don't upset the door god here and we get past it without any trouble. Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it. Alright, here we go. Maybe it was something I did. Too much jumping around. So this is just a beautiful recreation of the attraction, and it's going to get better. As you can see, we have an encounter with a certain friend you might recognize. And last, the troll has sent us on our way. And here's the mighty polar bear scene with a really funny looking squirrel, but you get the picture, and it's awesome. And here's the waterfall. And normally I'd go get the Mickey coin at the end of the waterfall, but I don't want to test the boat right now since it's had so many glitches. Even though it worked perfectly fine, like I said the first time, it's just a beta game, and obviously this is a created world, so it's got to have something. But as you can see, it has the waterfall with the drop and everything, and it's just spectacular, this recreation. Obviously, I'm sure there's certain things he would have loved to add, like maybe the drop on the you know, at full speed or something, but maybe he couldn't. Or maybe it's just going to add it later on in a later version when he learns how to add the physics to it. But what he's created so far is so impressive. And as you can see, we arrive at the Norwegian village. Just like you would if you were at Epcot today. And if you want, you can skip this 3D show, like everybody else does. Excuse me, not 3D, but theater show. And if you notice, he's even placed Fast Pass machines, which of course have now been replaced by Fast Pass Plus. And we enter the store, as you guys might remember. you've been to Epcot. And another neat feature that he remembered to add to make sure that this looked like the store is that he put a troll-like figure, which if you have ever been into a store, there's a troll that everybody takes a photo with, which is awesome. So there you have it. We have Norway, and of course we already saw Mexico. And I hope to see if we can interview Thor Master Chief and just ask him about what led him to create this and if he's got plans for the rest of the World Showcase. Hopefully this sign says coming soon, everything else. There you go. This area is being refurbished for your future enjoyment. I mean, he's really put detail into all of this, and it makes me so excited as someone who's just a part of the Disney community to see other community members create such an innovative work like this so that other fans could hopefully enjoy. And now the only thing I'm going to do is try to see if I can swim out to what I imagine is either an island that he created like from the World Showcase, or maybe it's the fireworks barge. Either way, I want to see what that is. I'm assuming this is the fireworks barge, maybe even the fire barge itself. Look at that, I just got an achievement. And sure enough, it's a fireworks barge. And if it lets me set off any of these fireworks, I'm going to be the happiest person alive. Oh, where's the match? Oh man, if I could turn these on somehow. I'm sure if I was editing this level, maybe we should try doing that next. Alright, I'll have enough time. But you can just see, look at the detail of the Mexico pavilion and the Norway pavilion especially came out really great. On the outside, I think the exterior of the Norway pavilion, I mean, even the attraction of the Norway Maelstrom is just fantastic. And there is a nostalgia factor to riding the Mexico Area del Tiempo, which is just awesome. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. This is where I was going to cut it short, but because I just wanted to show this off real quick, and obviously there's not much to it. But if you guys want to stay on, I'm going to go ahead and just play either other levels that he's created to see if there's any difference in the versions, and or try to mutate this version, which I've never even tried to use Project Spark like that, so you can explore alongside with me. Otherwise, you can follow us at The Mouse News on Twitter, or visit us at themouse.com, www.damouse.com, and we should have more broadcasts coming soon. We were going to have a lot of Disney Xfinity broadcasts, but we got caught up last year with other work, but hopefully we'll get back to doing that soon, and hopefully a lot more broadcasts, especially now that it's on the Xbox One, and it's so much easier to do than the previous way that the previous method we were using on the Xbox 360.